Okay, everyone. I'm just testing this live. Um, anyway, my name is Aya. I'm with Lumbri Worms and Garden. Um, today, I'm going to do some sifting with my new sifter. I've got some orders to get out, and so I got to find some more worms. I've started my process over here, but I'm not finished. So I've got to add a few more worms to this stack here, and then weigh them, and then get them to the customer. So I'm just going to do a brief um, live on what I do. So I had these pieces of cardboard in here like this to help dry out the media, because the drier the media, the easier it is to sift. So that's what I'm doing now. Also, what I'm doing, I'm going to take a brush and take the dry bedding off, because my goal is to try to get as much of this off the worms as possible. So my customer, when I weigh the worms, it's mainly worms and not material. It goes smoother when things are moist. So you don't want to put too much water, because the water changes the weight of the worms as well. So I'm sitting here. I don't know if you guys can see how close it is. Anyway, I'm trying to get these worms ready for a customer. It would be nice if anybody has questions, you can throw them in there. And then if you're not on the live stream, because I didn't really broadcast it, you can send me questions and I can answer them. You can send them in a comment. But yeah, these worms are almost ready for shipment. Yeah, they've been sitting overnight after I get this extra bedding off of the worms that are already here. Then I'll sift some more worms and add it to the pile. Yeah, that's what's going on today at this moment. I have a bowl here that I keep moist so that I can add the cocoons that I find, or the baby worms, called wisp, WISPS. That's wisp. So that's what this little bowl is for. Keep my cocoons and stuff, babies in it. Because as I'm sifting these worms, I'm going to run across all of that. I'm not looking for cocoons, but I might find some, and I might as well store it, because I have a nursery to put them in, where all the cocoons and the baby worms go until they grow up. And then I put them into a grow out bin or a breeder bin, one of the two. Breeders take more water than the grow out bins. Grow out bins are the ones you take from to get your customers' orders, because they should be drier. Breeders you should leave alone and let them just breed. And that's what goes on with those. So now I think I got enough of the bedding off of this part of the worms. I'll do it again, but you do it in layers. It makes it easier for later. I'm getting ready to add some worms to it. So you're going to see how I actually sift with my new sifter. I have a tray of worms here. I'm taking a look and see where the worms are. A nice group of worms are there. Stick it on this tray here. And I sift real quick. I try to go as fast as possible, because if you go too slow, the worms are going to go through those holes. And then I just put the worms in this tray here. And I pick through them like you saw earlier. Yeah. Now there are some worms that fell down in this tray, and that's not a problem, because I can get them later. So there's worms I don't fight with the worms. If they get stuck in there, I leave them and let them work their way down. And see, down here, there's worms down here. So I can go here and pick them out with my hand here. That. So, It's labor intensive worm farming for me because I'm new at it and I don't have the equipment. I have to use my hands to do things. But this new sifter that I got has definitely made it quicker for me to get the worms sorted out and off to the customer. Yeah, and I have a different type of brush. This is like a softer brush. I take and I bring the worms closer to me, the ones that are way in the back there. Yeah. Yeah. Get these closer to me, soft brush, and then I pick them up. You know, it's labor intensive for me. It's almost like counting them one for one, almost. Um, it's not that far. This should weigh out to. I like to put 1 pound and 10% extra on my weight, so that it's only fair. I know that I ship over 1 pound each time. I have a mechanical scale and I zero it out every time. And when you're sitting here doing worms this way, you know how many worms you got. You're dealing with. You're up close and personal with the worms. Because it's so labor intensive. I tend to give more because I want my customers to be happy. Yeah. So I've been through. This is what I'm going through now. Sifting is worm castings, or simpler terms, worm poop. This here, right here. So my process is I have a bucket of worm castings right here that I've been using. I take the extras here, throw it in this bucket. It'll be pre-sifted. I'll sift it again if a customer wants any worm castings, because it's got a few pieces of cardboard in it. It's not as yeah, and it's all organic, but just it looks nicer without the cardboard shreds. It's just a few pieces, but also what we're understanding is the less you sift worm castings, the more microbiology you have. So I'm trying to try that route where I don't sift the worms castings as much. Just just enough to get through that part. So now worm castings are off to the side. I take and move this out the way. I got a little triangle going with my yeah, see if I can. There we go. And so here's my work area. And now I get to sifting more worms. Yep. These are pure red regular worms, a Cinephetida. And my goal is to be to the post office before noon today. That is my goal. I should make it. Yeah. Pretty sure. My box is already ready. Shipment. Clients' printouts are ready for instructions and policies regarding shipping and live one guarantee. All that goes out to my customers. Yeah. I'm just going through here getting these worms out. Like I say, don't have to be perfectly right now because I'll go through them again one more time or a few more times until I get most of the material off the worms. And then I weigh them on a mechanical scale. And then once they're over the amount, and it's 10% over whatever the customer ordered, I then put them in dry peat moss. And then they're shipped in the dry peat moss. And that's the procedure for me. This is a baby worm right here, so I don't know if you guys can see it. He's too small. I mean, I also count the worms go by pounds, but also by count. But for me, if he's that small, I'm going to go ahead and leave him and put him in the nursery to grow up here. Doesn't really make that much difference in weight for the customer, so I just keep him here. If I find plastic from tape, because you know I do my Amazon boxes and Costco boxes. That's where I get my shredded cardboard. So you know we're not perfect. We try to get all the tape off of it, but sometimes we don't. And then I find it here and I take it out. One of the neat things about a worm is these worms is if they don't like something, they'll kick it to the top and they won't eat it. So they help me keep their bin clean. That's one of those fun facts about these worms. Yeah, they will kick the stuff they don't want to the top. So you don't really have to worry about them eating it. They don't want it. It's not biodegradable. Can't be broken down by bacteria. So the worms are not going to eat it. Yeah, there's a cocoon. I don't know if you guys can see that on the tip of my finger. That cocoon is relatively fresh, and I put it in this bowl here for my So anyway, everyone got to see how I'm doing my order this morning. This is my first live video. Never did this before. I wanted to get it done because it's one of those tasks that I need to do, and I believe I got it done for now. And again, this is Aya with Lumbri Worms Garden, and that's all I know for now.